Is Spanish tortilla worth all that effort? Because there is the traditional way and then there's a microwave. You think this one's faster, and I did too, but they actually take about the same amount of time. So if time isn't the difference, which method is actually worth it? Same ingredients, sort of the same method. The only main difference is how the potatoes are cooked. We have our confit potatoes and we have the microwave spuds. So unsurprisingly, we are starting with chopping potatoes, and look at the speed of those hands. Wowzers trousers. So yeah, so the key thing with the chopping the potatoes, you don't want the pieces to be too thick or too thin, and then yeah, we've gone for the semicircles there. And then we are going straight into the oil, confit style. And yeah, we don't want the oil to be too hot. So we're looking for about just under 100 degrees, and we're getting our timers started for both confiting and the microwave. Okay, now onto the microwaving method. The potatoes are already in the microwave, and we are frying some onions and garlic. And then yeah, back to our confit potatoes, just giving them a nice little rustle, make sure everything is running smoothly and they are all fully submerged in the oil. And then again, yeah, just checking that temperature to make sure that it is just around 100 degrees. It doesn't matter if it goes over by too much, but anything over 105, then we're going to be in trouble because it's going to be frying and not confiting. Okay, time update. So 7 minutes with the potatoes confiting, and then yeah, you can see now we're about 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes in with the microwaving. And the microwave potatoes, they just refuse to cook. It was so frustrating. Okay, so yeah, we are now salting the eggs. Eggs getting salted for both methods. It's very important to salt the eggs. It kind of helps break down the proteins a bit, which in other egg methods I wouldn't really recommend, but it does really work a treat when we come to the Spanish tortilla. Okay, and now we have those potatoes are looking so lovely and cooked. We can also see we chucked in some onions and garlic into the frying mixture as well. And yeah, 23 minutes in, we also have some cooked microwave potatoes. But yeah, we've got the comparison here side by side just to see the difference between the two. And believe me, not only do the confit potatoes look better, they also tasted so much better as well. Okay, so we are going eggs in. So these are the microwave potatoes. So the eggs are getting added to the potatoes, and then we are going to cook that on a reasonably high heat. Okay, here we have another difference. So we need to take the potatoes out. We need to let those cool for ideally about 5 minutes, and then yeah, you get those added to the eggs. You don't want them to go in hot, otherwise it will cook the eggs. And then yeah, you get them all mixed up in it. A bit of them breaks down a bit, you kind of get an eggy sort of potatoey mix, but it really does work so nicely. And then yeah, straight back into the pan with some hot oil. And there we go, about 26 minutes, 27 minutes. So very, very similar times as we can see to get to similar stages, basically the same stage. Okay, so a quick recap where we're up to with our microwave potatoes. So here we go. So now we are, forming a disc. So the size of the frying pan, in this case slash wok, is very important. If it's too big, you won't be able to flip. So yeah, they'll be cooking for a few minutes now. So you want to kind of keep rustling up the sides to sort of start to form that disc, and then when it starts to keep its shape, so we can see there it is starting to keep its shape, you will then plop the plate on top, you'll do the flip, and look at that, comes out perfectly. So yeah, it should feel nice and loose from the frying pan, and that's when you know you'll be able to flip successfully. And then just popping it back in the frying pan just to finish off the bottom. Okay, so now we get to see exactly the same thing again, but this time with the absolutely super delicious confit potatoes. So same as before, we are agitating the sides to make it form the disc. Keep rustling the bottom to make sure it doesn't stick. So yeah, so a non-stick pan is pretty much essential for this. So yeah, so we can see that as the eggs start to cook, it keeps its disc shape a lot better. And then yeah, so it doesn't really take too long, a few minutes on this side, and then just like a minute or two on the other side once it's done. Okay, so it is holding, it is keeping its shape, it is basically cooked. So it is pretty much time to flip. There we can see the time there, so just over 3 minutes. Okay, just making sure it's going to be a nice and brown on the bottom, which will then become the top. So yeah, 4 minutes in. And look at that. Nice, lovely disc shape. And we are flipping again. Look at that. So good. Just finishing it off. Okay, it is all done. And we wanted to know if it was worth the effort, and I can tell you it absolutely is. So slightly different techniques, pretty much the same amount of time. The amount of effort between the two is pretty much the same, if I'm being completely honest. You know, it's not too much effort to confit some potatoes. Look at those layers. And honestly, the taste difference is unreal. Just all those lovely flavours of olive oil getting into the potato. It's so good. And yeah, honestly, it has to be olive oil. You cannot skip on the olive oil. If you use any other oil, I was thinking of doing an experiment with using other oil. But I was thinking, yeah, if the microwave method doesn't really work with olive oil, why try and use a cheaper oil? Because it's just not worth it. So yeah, please do give this a recipe a go at some point soon. So yeah, bye. And if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe for more cooking experiments. All right, catch you in the next one.